first question is, who do you think you are?
Miguel, Micah, Michelangelo, Macau, Michael. Those are just Michael in different languages. You learn it someday, boy.
What, do you have any 2019 resolutions?
Yeah, stay black, stay strong, and stay alive. Friends, they're not like my family, but they're like family, yeah. Smiths, Johnsons, Tatums, Duprees, Halliburtons, Claybrooks, Searses. That's my family. See any of them around, tell them I'm looking for them. I'm lost. They need to find me. Lying to kick it, that's what you just did. You should have did that, man. People don't trust you when you lie to them, youngster. That's the only thing you got is your word and your manhood. You got to keep that strong, dude. That's why we like we are now, the black man and the black woman. The black woman got more success than the black man right now.
Right.
Like her, she can open doors that you will never get 2 miles from. But she can, as long as she got some wisdom, some knowledge, some education behind her. I done scholared myself, and I done listened. So I learned. Even though I do what I do, it is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. I ain't gonna let the white man rule me. I'm gonna rule the white man. I'm gonna play it how I wanna play it. Don't matter who like it, who hate it. There's gonna be haters, there's gonna be lovers. There's somebody hate on her right now because she got that outfit on. One of these bras down here walk past her, a sister now. Not no white woman, not no Mexican woman, a sister. Mexican girl come out here, oh, she's cute, she looks sharp, she's fly. But a sister will come by here, that B, she thinks she's something else. What she got that cam on OG for? They got it on OG because OG getting the message. How you doing today? Good. But them, that's how they done whitewash, brainwash our people over the centuries, over the years. Because they talk that shit about 400 years they've been doing this like this. 400 years? What is 400 years? We've been here millions of years. What is 400? 400 to 4 million is what? If you got $4 million and I walk past you and I flash 400, but you got 4 million in your pocket, what you gonna do? You gonna be like, oh, gee, put the change up, dog. Take some of this right here and walk with it. OG gonna be like, damn, you doing like that? You balling out of control like that? OG, just take that and go and do something with it. Yahweh, God, Allah. They got a lot of different names for the same person or same being. Me myself, I've been Muslim for about 50 years now. You ever heard of the Moors? Eels and bays?
Huh?
The eels and the bays?
The eels?
That's what Moors are. At the back of their name, their slave name, they have E-L, point, or either B-E-Y. Eels are soldiers, warriors, gangsters in other words. Bays, they are governors, politicians, financiers, CEOs. And when you enter the Moor Science Temple of America, you either become an eel or a bay according to what your stature is. The Moor's been around for centuries and centuries and centuries. You know Italians? Let me tell you something about Italians. You know they got their dark skin, complexion, their dark hair, their brown eyes? They got it from the Moors because Hannibal, who was a great warrior and a Moor, invaded Italy back in the days, right? So the people got the, of course, the women liked it the brothers like some of the women, and so on and so forth. And that's how they melon change. You know what melon is?
Yeah, no.
That's how they melon change, because they were. Where's Italy? It's in Europe, right?
The Moors are.
No, Italy, the country Italy is in Europe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so why is all the rest of the Europeans
White.
basically blonde hair, blue eye, and the Italians aren't?
Yeah, no,
That's
probably.
because the Moors invaded Italy and changed their melon. But that's what I am, a Moor, man. Marcus Garvey was a Moor. Elijah Muhammad was originally a Moor. His name was Elijah Poole Eel. Marcus Garvey was Marcus Garvey Bey. Muhammad Ali was Muhammad Ali Cassius Clay Bey at first. Clarence 13X, who founded the 5 Percenters, used to be Clarence 13 Bey. All Moors, all the same, come from the same sect I come from. We got the Circle 7, we got the Holy Quran, we got the 101 bylaws. Our flag is the only flag that you will see in the White House when the president is doing the, what do you call that speech he does? In the Oval Office, he does a speech 2 or 3 times a year. But it's the only flag, other than the United States flag, that flies or sits in the White House. And it's truly the only religious flag that's in there. And the Moors are sovereign. It's a sovereign nation, if you know what sovereignty is. We are supposed to be immune from any type of laws that the United States government have, but they don't abide by it though. But they should. I have made them in cases where I have been unfortunate and went to jail and used the Sovereignty Act and they end up dropping the case. You know, break it down, the black man and black woman, period, supposed to fall upon the Sovereignty Act because we were brought from the motherland here against our will. You know, there was more brothers and sisters drowned before they even made it to these shores. They drowned. It was more than the Holocaust, more than Armenian genocide, more than when they killed all the Indians, all the Native Americans. It was more Africans died then just by drowning at sea than all of those, whatever they want to call them. You know, the Holocaust where the Jews was at, the Armenian genocide where millions died. It was, they don't even know how many brothers and sisters died coming across that water. It was maybe 100 million people. You know, our country, Africa, used to span almost half of the world. It was considered Africa until all these Stone Age, Ice Age, all these different ages came and split up the continent, split up the whole world. Well, the whole world was together at one time. They had waterways, but that was about it. Better learn something, bro.
I'm learning right now.
You should be telling me this shit, man.
I still got much to
I'm an
learn.
old man. I'm an older guy. You should be telling me this. You should be schooling me on this shit. Hey, OG, did you know this? I think about the government. What government? The government ain't a government. The 5 families of the world run the government. They run the world.
Rothschilds,
Yeah. Goldwaters, all of them.
the Gettys.
But then now they got some brothers. You know, they got the Illuminati and the Illuminati. You know, there's 2 of them now, don't you? You know, Jay-Z and them is part of that other one now.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
Jay-Z, Kanye, Biggie, Tupac, they ain't dead, dog. They just underground. Everybody think they dead, but it's all a message in it. If you listen to what some of these dudes that's rapping now say, they'll tell you that Tupac and Biggie's alive without even saying their names, without even, like, damn, that sounds like some shit that Tupac would say. sounds like some shit Biggie might say. In these days and times, they might say it. You gotta read between the lines. There's a whole lot of people you think dead ain't dead, dude. Because when the revolution come, the way they did us, it's gonna be horrible for them, man. I hate to say it, because I'm not really a prejudiced cat, but it's gonna be horrible for them. It's all being set up right now, man. You don't know the black man's the most powerful man alive. How do you think we move those 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 pound stones across those deserts of Egypt to build those sphinx, those pyramids? You know why? Telepathy. Us four could put our minds together and think about the same common thing
Collective
and
consciousness.
make that tent move all the way down the street. That's how strong the black man's mind is. That's how God designed for it to be. That's why he done took us through the struggles that he had, because couldn't nobody else have withstood the struggles that we done withstood. And we still ain't got our reparations. The Japanese got theirs for Nagasaki and Hiroshima. The Armenians got theirs for their Holocaust. The Jews got theirs for their Holocaust. The Indians got theirs for their massacre. But where that leave? Where that leave the black man? We ain't even got the 40 acres and the mule, the sidearm, the saddle, and the 10-pound sack of sugar or flour, whichever one you chose. We ain't got that yet. And that's on the law books. It says it just like that too. In the Constitution of these United States, it says that the black man supposed to have that coming. Any black man, any black woman, any black child. And they still don't believe we the chosen people, but they already done found out through archaeologists and anthropologists and shit that the oldest skeletons found, man, woman, boy, or girl, was what? Found where? In Africa. And they happen to be African. But they still don't want to believe it, because we done withstood so much. They like, damn, we done did everything to these people we could possibly do, and they still stayed humble, didn't cause no super riots or uproars where they try to do a coup and take over. They didn't do none of that. They just still were who they were, who they born to be. That's humble people at heart. You learn something. You're young. We the youngest people of any race to die. The black man is the youngest, 67 years old. The black man is gone. Asian woman lived to be 90, 89. That's 30 years more than the black man. I'm talking about the Asian woman. Hey. What up, y'all? But they tell you something? They don't want us here. They never wanted us here. They just needed some people to cultivate their land, build their plantation houses, work their mills, work their fields. So who? The British, of course. Go get the niggas. What niggas? Niggas over there in Africa. How do we get over there? Oh, we caught a couple of them because we had already explored these lands. We had already explored all the lands. Our navigators was here. Christopher Columbus, who is he? His navigator was a brother, was a slave. A brother found North America and the United States and Canada and Mexico. A brother. They talk about Ponce de Leon, Magellan, all that shit there. That shit is nothing. The black man was right there leading the way. Matthew Henson and all them dudes in the North Pole and the South Pole, them was brothers, man. Them was brothers. Just about every old invention that was modern during that time, a brother invented it. A brother really performed the first heart surgery, not the open heart surgery, of the first heart surgery, period. Brother did that. They got a hospital in my hometown. I'm from St. Louis. They got a hospital named Homer G. Phillips. All you gotta do, look up Homer G. Phillips. Bad boy. Didn't get his props though. Cause why? He was a black man. Living in white man's world. You know, Tupac said that. That's true. We black people living in white man's world. But you know what? We coming up. Cause there's more younger people like y'all that believe in what the older people done said, how that shit went. And know not to fall off into that trap. Yeah, you have to do certain things to get certain doors open. But that don't make you lose who you really are. That make you be smart. Everybody thought Colin Powell was a bootlicker. But Colin Powell said, don't y'all, as black people, need somebody black up in the upper echelon of the military who can call shots at any time? People thought about it. Damn, he right. He's the Joint Chief of Staff. He has access to any weapon, any intelligence that the military, CIA, FBI, and any other motherfucker have. He can get to it. He's a black man. Now everybody loves Colin Powell. Condoleezza Rice said, look here, I'm going to sacrifice my womanhood. I'm going to lay down with this white boy who's president. And I'm going to let him get me up in there. She laid down with him. Where she ended up being? Secretary of State, Condoleezza Rice. We need somebody. See, it's all a plan, baby. It's all a plan. Take it or leave it, it's a plan. Believe me or not, you're gonna live long enough to see it. I won't. But you will. You will see it. And you're gonna be like, damn. I remember that night, OG talked to me for about an hour. He prophesied that shit. That was 75 years ago that man prophesied what's happening right now. That's why Donald Trump don't worry about it. He's getting paid to sit in office, man. When have you known a businessman to ever be president of the United States? Not once. Every president throughout history has basically been what? A politician. But all of a sudden, we don't want Hillary in there because she gonna help them black folk. Cause Bill and told it. You help them people. You help them people out when you get up in there. Just like Gore, they had to go get the Russians to help them do some foul play on the election. And now Hillary's lost. Mr. Businessman is now running the so-called country. Now, how can a businessman run the country? Now, he might can run the finance part of it, but what about globally? He don't know nothing about warfare. What do you know about Iraq, Pakistan, the leading suppliers of opium in the world?
That's all 9/11 was.
Yeah.
That's all 9/11 was.
Yeah. Turkey, Pakistan, Afghanistan.
Just exploiters getting
Why
to their
you
country.
think that man sent them troops over there? He want rights to the opium fields, man. Just like he went and got Pablo Escobar, just like he went and got El Chapo. Just like he went and got Noriega. Anybody that has a way to get drugs, oil, diamonds, all that type of stuff over here, but they want a higher price, that's what the president gonna do. He gonna send them troops over there. Y'all gonna get that. Look what he did to Bin Laden. When Bin Laden didn't want to mind him. Look what he did to Saddam When Saddam wouldn't mind, they got pictures of him and Saddam sitting in the White House drinking tea, skinning and grinning together. Then all of a sudden, look what he did. The Gaddafi made his people drag him through the streets when they loved him. A week earlier, they loved him. A week later, they dragging his dead body through the streets. Bin Laden, he had a ceremonial Muslim burial. There's no such thing as a ceremonial Muslim burial at sea. There's no such thing. Go throughout Muslim history and it'll tell you. There's no such thing as that being a ceremonial burial. You don't bury Muslims at sea. You don't bury no brother at sea, period. We go up under the ground. where we belong. We come from the earth, we go back to the earth. You feel me? That's why they put us up on the ground. But all those people had certain issues with the U.S. and they had money issues. They had money issues with the U.S. They never found weapons of mass destruction in Saddam's country. Never, not one. Not one. They hung that man. Played that man like he, and he's Muslim. Why you didn't give him a ceremonial Muslim death? They hung that man like he was a dog. Like they did many slaves. Hung him, tarred, feathered him. You ever seen a tarred and feathered body? A real one? I have, in Tennessee. Years ago, like 68, 69, I was young, 6, 7 years old. My great-grandfather took me there. He said, I want to show you something. He said, I want to show you how dirty the white man really is. And he took me to see that boy's body, that 13-year-old. And it never made the papers because who? The white folks own the papers. They wasn't gonna let no black newspaper from no major city come down there. If they'd have been tarred and feathered too. And the boy posed and snapped his finger at a white woman, at a white girl, right? Just snapped his finger. Come to find out, the boy was playing the banjo, trying to make money in front of the store. And was snapping his finger playing one of them old bluegrass songs. One of them old slave songs. And the white girl just happened to pass by. But they hung the young man, tarred him, feathered him, and then burned him. You could smell the body for miles. That's why my great-grandfather said, I'm gonna take you. Cause I said, what? I said, Pap, my great-grandfather named Pap. I said, Pap, what's this smell, man? You know, I'm from the city. I'm from St. Louis. What's going on with that? He said, I'm going to take you to where this smell is. He said, I'm going to show you something because I know you ain't going to never forget it. This is what people of good nature, this is how they get done by people of non-good nature. That boy was hanging out a tree like that. Already burnt, still smoking. Horrible way to die. Think God did that? No, it couldn't been God. Couldn't been Allah, because he's benevolent. He's merciful. He's a genius. It had to be that old red boy with that tail and them things hanging up out the top of his head. You see him every day. That's what the haters is, the devil. Any hater you run across is hating against you or what you believe in. That's the devil. And don't say otherwise, because I'm telling you that's what it is. And if you just observe, he's going to reveal himself. He can't help it. He can't hide. He can't hide behind what they call it, sheep's clothing, wolf. He can't hide it. He's going to throw it off. Yeah, I'm him. I'm part of the devil's keepers. I'm with him. But I got to go, y'all. I got to run, man. I got to run. Y'all y'all. Hey, I'll give you this history lesson. They did a documentary down here, 60 Minutes did, And they proved that the Skid Row area is the most dangerous area in the United States. So you be vigilant, you be careful, you be cool, you keep your eyes in the back of your
What's the
head.
craziest story you had this last year?
Craziest? When 2 people jumped out of them windows right there
In the middle?
in broad daylight, all the way up. I think one was on the 7th floor and the other one was on the 8th. And then another one did about a week later. It was 2 in like 3 or 4 days, then it was another one a week later. And all of them I seen. I seen it from right here. Just phew. Oh, there you go. You can hear him splatter from right here. That's pretty far to hear that.
Wow.
Ooh, some faces of death type shit. Last year, that's the worst of the worst right there. When you just give up and say there ain't no more hope.
What's that building?
That's the wine garden, world-renowned wine garden center. Got all kind of different programs. Each floor is a different program. You got AB 109, ODR, stairs, steps, military. Coming straight out of prison, ain't got nowhere to go. Coming straight out of county jail, ain't got nowhere to go. They can get you there. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. Don't ever waste it. Never say never, and keep hope alive. You'll be all right. Okay, I'm Michael A. Smith with the MR in front of all that, meaning Mr. And I have found the world, and the world has found me. Believe that. Did you get it? Do you know how to operate that thing? Let me show you.